Now it's time for me to transfer some knowledge to you. Today you're going to be learning about equivalent ratios. So, what are equivalent ratios? But before that, what you should have on your table. Please inspect your table and make sure that you have your mini whiteboard with your marker and your textbook and your notebook and your stationery. If you're missing anything and it is in your locker, you may go to your locker to get it now. What you will be learning today: how to get equivalent ratios, and how to find a ratio in its simplest form. How this fits into the big picture. What is a ratio? Equivalent ratios, missing ratios, finding quantity given the ratio, solve up to 2-step word problems involving ratios. Why is it important to learn this? Well, imagine this scenario. For every 5 liters of soup you make, you use 1 cup of salt. If you were to make 500 milliliters of soup, would you still use 1 cup of salt? Well, that's when ratio comes in handy, because if you were to still use 1 cup of salt, your soup will be so salty. This is what will happen to whoever drinks it. Let's recap. Pupils will be called at random. If you get it wrong, you will remain standing. How do you say 3:2? Does 4:3 men to women mean that there are exactly 7 people in total? Is 4:1 the same as 1:4? 1:4. Those who remain standing will have to sing and dance to the next song. Yeah.
This a rap about simplified fractions.
Simplified fractions.
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Simplified fractions. You can make it happen. All it takes
practice.
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 Simplified
Fractions. You can make it happen. All it takes is practice. Practice. By fraction, take action. Factor, numerator and denominator. Yeah.
By the common factor. It don't stop till common factors are.
Common factors and no more. Don't stop.
Let me show you how to do it. Here we got a pizza. Let's cut it into pieces. 8 to be exact. Now we'll take 3, so I ate half. What if we
So I
left
had
with
half.
4
For 8.
Break it down to the simpler form. Divide 4 by 2. What else?
2 out of 4.
Simplify it again.
Yeah.
Let's try to explore the form. Now we got 1 half.
1 half.
Simplify fractions.
You can make it happen. Practice. You can make it happen. Practice.
Another way to do it. Find the greatest common factor. What's
Greatest common factor?
It's the largest number that goes into the top and bottom. Let's take a look at 8/12. The factors at 8 are 2 and 4. The factors at 12 are 2, 3, 4. And don't forget 6. 4 is the largest, so divided into 4. And that gives us 2/3. You nerds.
You nerds.
2/3 is our answer.
The largest number that goes into the top and bottom. So let's take a look at 8/12.
Yeah.
The factors of 8 are 2 and 4. The factors of 12 are 2, 3, 4. And don't forget 6.
Finding the simplest form.
And that gives us 2/3. You nerds. Yeah.
These are my 4 friends.
Yeah.
They're gonna teach you about ratios. Dino,
Done.
owl, bear, and towel. So, these 4 friends, they have 8 packets of candy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
These are my 4
So
friends.
for every 4
They're gonna
friends,
teach you
I
about
have 8
ratios.
pieces
Dino,
of 8
owl,
packets of candy.
bear, and towel.
I wonder what would happen if I
These
divide
four
them into
friends,
two
they have
groups.
8 packets of
So you
candy.
move here,
1, 2, 3,
and you
4,
move
5,
here,
6, 7,
you move
8.
aside.
So
Alright,
for
so let's
every
distribute
4
the candy
friends,
to them.
I have 8 packets of candy. I wonder what would happen if I divide them into 2 groups. So you move here, and you move here. You move aside. Alright, so let's distribute the candy to them.
So if you see, for every 2 friends, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 packets of candy. Every 2 friends, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 2 packets of candy. I wonder
It should be
if
4
I could
packets.
simplify it even more. What would happen if I distribute them
So
into
if you see,
4
for
groups?
every 2 friends, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 packets of candy. Every 2 friends, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 2 packets of candy. I wonder if I could simplify it even more. What would happen if I distribute them into 4 groups? Okay, move aside.
So if you see, each friend has 2. So for every 1 friend, I have 2 packets of candy. And this is the simplest form. Repeat after me. Simplest form. Repeat again.
So you
Simplest
see,
form.
each friend has 2.
Repeat again.
So
Simplest
for every
form.
1 friend, I have 2 packets of candy.
Okay, so this is the simplest form because
And
it
this
cannot
is the
get any
simplest
simpler than
form.
this.
Repeat
I
after me.
can't possibly take one of my
Simplest
friends and
form.
cut him into halves, right?
Repeat again. Simplest form.
Can't do that.
Repeat
What
again.
if I were to distribute them into groups of 3?
Yes. Okay. So this is the simplest form because it
That
cannot get
works.
any
What do
simpler
you
than
think?
this. I can't possibly take one of my friends and cut him into halves, right?
Okay, so each of them
Can't do
3,
that.
2, 3.
What if I were to distribute them into
3.
groups of 3?
Oops, he only gets 2. And he gets none.
Would that work? What do
Dino
you think?
gets none.
1.
Dino is mad! I eat all of you! Ah!
Give each of them 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Oops.
The number of apples to the number of oranges is 4 is to 8. Repeat after me. The number of apples to the number of oranges is 4 is to 8. Ta-da! So when we distribute them into groups of 2s, we pair them up. The number of apples to the number of oranges is 2 is to 4. Repeat after me. The number of apples to the number of oranges is 2 is to 4. I can distribute them again. The number of apples to the number of oranges is 1 is to 2. The number of apples to the number of oranges is 1 is to 2. Let's look at this other example. John has $8 and Peter has $12. So the ratio of John's money to Peter's money is... Try it out on your whiteboard. 8 is to 12. John is able to afford a meal with an apple, and Peter is able to afford a meal with some pizza. John does not look happy. Let's try this. Now that we have distributed them again, the ratio of John's money to Peter's money is 4 is to 6. Who got it right? Now that we have regrouped them, the ratio of John's money to Peter's money is 2 is to 3. Check to see if you have the correct answer. Here's something to think about.
6:9 is the same as 8:12. 6:9 is not the same as 8:12. I wonder who is correct. You are correct. Yay! Ha!
6:9 is the same as 8:12.
I know Taekwondo.
6:9 is not the same as 8:12. I wonder who is correct. You are correct. Yay! Ha! Bring it on! I'm not afraid of you.
Well,
I know Taekwondo.
why is it that 6:9 is the same as 8:12? This video will explain it all.
Alright, let's look at these two ratios. 6:9 and 8:12. Are they equivalent? I wonder what's the simplest form of 6:9. First, we need to look at a common factor of 6:9. 6 and 9.
Alright,
Those
let's
6
look
and 9
at these two
can be
ratios.
divided by
6:9 and 8:12.
So I'll divide this by
Are
3.
they equivalent?
And I will divide this by 3.
I wonder what's the
Divide by
simplest
3 is
form of
2.
6:9.
And 9 divided by 3 is...
First, we need to look at a common
I'm
factor
sure
of
this is the
6:9.
simplest form.
6 and
There
9.
are no more common
Both 6
factors
and 9
between 2
can be
and
divided
3.
by 3.
Next,
So I'll divide this by
let's look at
3,
this ratio.
and I
8
will
is to
divide
12.
this by
Both
3.
8 and 12
6
can
divided
be
by 3
divided
is
by
2,
4.
and 9 divided by 3 is 3.
So, I'll
I
divide
am
this
sure
by
this is
4.
the simplest form.
And I will
There are
divide
no more
this
common
by
factors between 2 and 3.
8
Next,
divided by 4
let's look at
is
this ratio, 8 is to 12.
12 divided by 4
Both 8 and
is
12 can be divided by
4. Simplest
So,
form is the same.
I'll divide this by 4,
These
and I will divide this
ratios
by
are
4.
equivalent.
8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3.
Did you know 4 is to 5 is the same as 4 out of 5?
These two
7 is to 9 is the same as 7 out of 9. So what is 3 out of 8? 3 is to 8 is what of 8? Think about it and show your answers to your teacher. Did you get 3? Next, 3 is to 8 is the same as what out of 16? How do I solve this? Well, 8 times 2 equals to 16. So I'll just have to take 3 times 2 and I will get 6. So 3 is to 8 is the same as 6 out of 16. 3 is to 8 is the same as 12 out of what number? Think about it. If I were to take 3 and multiply it by 4, I would get 12. So similarly, I would take 8 and multiply it by 4, and I would get 32. So it would be 12 out of 32. Warning, drill and practice ahead. Your teacher is going to call on 2 pupils for each question. The 2 pupils have to answer the questions that are revealed. The first one to answer it correctly wins. If he or she does not answer it correctly, he or she does not win. The ones who do not win will be asked to do something later. Questions. 1. 2. Ding! 3. Express the following in the simplest form. Ding! 4. Ding! 5. Ding! 6. Ding! 7. Complete the following. Ding! 8. Ding! 9. Ding! 10. Ding! 11. Oops, that's not it. Well, all those who did not win, those still standing, you have to sing and dance to this song.
People entering my vegetable soup. So divide by the highest factor of virtue. For I'm divided. Please take what I'm getting. I was made for love and free. You were made for love and love. And I can't get enough of that. Can you get enough of that? I want my love $10. Life has eternity. So divide. $10 $2. Pots are $6. Pots is $4. I was made for love and radio. You were made for love and radio. And I can't get enough of your radio. Can you get enough of it? I was made. And you were made. I can't get enough. No, I can't get enough. Ratios, I can't get enough. Ratio, no, I can't get enough.
Can you get the simplest form of a ratio using a calculator? First person to guess so gets a prize. To find out the way on how to do so gets a prize. And the prize will be revealed later. Think quietly about how you can do so. How to get simplest form with a calculator. Step 1. I want to find the simplest form of 48 is to 80. So I key in 48 out of 80 in the calculator. I press the equal sign and it shows 3 out of 5. So the simplest form of 48 is to 80 is 3 out of 5 is 3 is to 5. And the prize. You get to write a message, fold it into a paper aeroplane, and throw it to a friend. Please do not aim for the eyes or the mouth. And now your friend gets to read the message to the class. Tea! Time to work. Try out textbook page 161, question 4. They're all 4 questions. Try them out. No, wait. We already did the first one, so try the other 3 out. Homework time! For homework, do workbook pages 147 and 148. If you're confused, be like Pikachu. Ask for help. It's the end. If you're still confused and don't know what's going on, hang on, rescue's coming. Let your teacher know.